Hey, Passois snappers! Oh yeah, all of Market Street Zoo, we are snapping in unison. Oh yeah, all at the same time. Throw your claws in the air, from right to left. Oh yeah, you guys know how we do. Today is your slice of Yogatry. It is Yogatry time. Today we're going to be talking about food. Food, everybody loves food. We need food. We like food. We love food. Food makes us feel good. Food makes us feel horrible when it is not done right. If you put onions on my cheeseburger, it might make me really upset. It might hurt my feelings. I'll have to open up that bun and remove those onions if they're in there. That's how much I dislike onions. Hey, but I like Funyuns. Anyway, you can have so much fun with poetry. You can have so much fun with food. It is even funner to put those two together. Okay? That is what we are going to do today. We're going to put food and poetry together. Here are some clips of people who know how to put food and poetry together. They know how to make it fun. They know how to make it useful. They are methodical. They are cool. And yes, food rules. And remember, we all love food. And yes, we appreciate food during Yogatry. Snaps! Snaps go wild! Snaps go wild! Keep writing, you guys, okay? And why don't you guys write something about food? Write something marvelous about your favorite food. Food that you do not like. It does not even matter, even if it is a food disaster. Okay? Write something cool about food. Send it over to me or Mrs. Johnson, and we'll be happy to check out your work and to showcase it in front of the whole world. Okay? We love you guys really bad. Don't forget, Passois snappers rule. Put the pincers in the air. All right, you guys. Catch you soon.
The autumn I told you that popcorn was magic, reached into a pocket and pulled out a handful, stuffed it in my face with full eye contact. You never called me back. Corn, kernel, a kernel of knowledge, on the counter encountering kernels, overcoming hurdles. On top of the onion we heat up a pan, some coconut oil from faraway lands, the molecules moving and start to expand with a shake of a hand. Friction, chicken. A kernel like an egg the size of a drop underneath an inferno that's getting real hot. Once that spark is ignited, you know it can't stop. Unless you turn it off. It's been 20 seconds since you filled it up. You might feel the urge to just stop and give up. You lazy f***. Pressure. I'm 4 feet from my dresser. 4 minutes away from textured mouth pleasure. That oil sizzles hot and it stings like a bitch, like a pin in your finger instead of the stitch. One of your best friends in bed with the one you were with, or a very small rock in your shoe at the tip, with miles to go and nowhere to sit. If I only had Velcro, I'd give it a zip. A holster with nothing to shoot from the hip, when the bottle lands sideways while trying to flip. An entire dry breadstick with nothing to dip. A kink in your knee when you're trying to skip. Pain. Hurts. Lid. A glass ceiling, a container of motion, held stiff with my fist, can't stop this commotion. We're not making popcorn, we're making a potion to heal the world, or for snacking purposes. Exploding, like an idea, also like popcorn because it actually is that. What started as kernels expanding so full, we put that expansion inside of a bowl, an above ground hole. Salt from the sea, smoked paprika, then wang jangle. Then grab it by the fistful, transport it to your face hole, fill it like you're shoving love inside the gap inside your soul. Soon you'll be full with your head full of clouds, delicious small crispiness cracking out loud. Uncle Mark looking down. I need to wash my ceiling. Not exactly proud. 2 cars with only a 1-door garage. Is popcorn real or just a mirage? Reality. Beneath that hard shell of armor that makes us so tough, there's light fluffy softness and unspoken thoughts. Unless you're a bit of a blatherer. You might have said everything already. Probs TMI. Because sometimes life is tough. You're past the point of having had enough. The tears start to fall like you're leaking your soul. Your chest starts to swell and your guts there's a hole. Brace for the shock and let it roll through you. Then reach for the popcorn. Open up. Let it soothe you. But as you get to the bottom of that bowl, take those unpopped kernels and lift with a feather. Then keep them in a special place. Forever. Because popcorn will always have your back. Popcorn will never give you flack. Popcorn will never borrow $5 and not pay it back. Popcorn will never borrow your car, get into a fender bender, then say it was already like that when it brings it back. So never be afraid to popcorn. Also, we need to save the ocean.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know why I'm here right now. I mean, I get it. You're in HR, and you probably have to jump through a lot of these hoops when people raise a big stink about nothing, but this is just ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand why rehashing the whole situation is going to be helpful, but if you really want me to explain, I'm sitting in the break room. It was a normal day when Jim walked in, and the first thing I noticed was how good his lunch smelled. I inhaled so deeply I could almost taste it. And he sets his lunch on the table and then goes to get some water from the fridge. So I go over and I sit down in front of it. And I put my hands to the rim of the plastic Tupperware. And Jim saw me from across the room. I mean, he watched me do it and he didn't ask me to stop. And so when I pulled back the lid of the Tupperware, steak. Juicy on this inside, caramelized in butter on the outside, and next to it, a scoop of mashed potatoes perfectly round and smooth. I mean, how did he know I had been craving steak all week? You could tell it took a lot of time and effort to put this meal together, like he made it just for me. So I took a bite, and then I took another bite, and Jim sat down at the table. I mean, he was acting kind of weird, but it seemed like he was fine with me eating it, so I just kept going. I mean, you know, when you're enjoying a meal so much that you'd never want it to end, but you also can't wait to finish because it feels so good to devour something so tender. Look, I didn't do anything wrong. It's his fault for not speaking up, and now I'm being blamed for something he let me do. And now I find out that he's reported me to the company, and I'm being accused of property theft. I mean, sounds like a cry for attention if you ask me. I'm not a thief. If I really stole something from him, it would have had to have been a lot more violent. It's not like I used force. It was sitting right there, so I took it. I mean, this is completely unfair. Why would he come to work with something so enticing if he didn't want me to have a taste? So if you're writing up a report or whatever, this whole thing could be summed up in 3 sentences. Jim came to work flaunting his gourmet food, and I was starving. I mean, what did he think was going to happen? It's basically like he was asking for it.